Good morning guys, we are at Mallala Motorsport Park with the BA Falcon. Yes, finally the BA Falcon returns. I know it's been a long time. I'm very tired this morning because once again I've been working on this car for quite a few weeks actually, trying to get this ready, and I've done a lot of work, so I'll fill you guys in probably all the little details in another video, but I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what's been done and kind of a rough setup baseline that I've put in this car. Alrighty, so here it is. It's finally back at Mallala Motorsport Park. Finally, it's been a long time, but as you can see, it's missing some trim. It's got some tape on the doors, and as you can see, it's got a fair bit of primer around. The roof has been sanded, the quarter panel's been sanded, and this quarter panel here has been fixed. So Rob from Evolution Crash Repairs took this car for me, and his team did an awesome job getting this all repaired. If we go into the interior, as you can see, it is very different. We've finally got some bucket seats, which was supplied from Autosport, so a big shout out to Autosport and Andrew Cavalli for supplying these Velo racing seats. They are really awesome. They're really comfy. He also supplied the belts and the steering wheel, and it looks really good. It makes this car look a lot more like a race car. And as you can see behind, we've also got a half cage, which I actually got from one of my supporters, Mish's XL Garage. He actually had this laying around for a project and never ended up using it. So big shout out to Mish. It's probably the biggest change to this car, well, handling wise, is I put BC Racing coilovers in this thing. So it's got obviously the coilovers in the front, and you could do coilovers like convert it to a coilover system in the rear, but I decided with the rear just to keep the standard spring and shock setup just like factory, because you'd have to add a lot of strengthening to where the shocks actually mount, and I didn't really want to do that. You know, the system works, so you can still adjust it the exact same as a coilover. So the spring rates are actually custom, so I actually did 20 Ks in the front and 14 Ks in the rear, which is a lot stiffer. I think they normally supply like a 12 for the front and 8 in the rear, something like that. I could be wrong, but it's basically double what they normally supply from BC Racing, so it's going to be a lot stiffer. I've also got adjustable camber arms in the rear on the top, and then the front I've actually moved the pickup point for the top arm to give it about 3 degrees of camber on the front. So it's got 3 degrees of camber on the front, 1.8 degrees of camber in the rear, 1 millimeter of toe in the rear, and then 2 millimeters of toe out in the front. So we'll see how that goes as a baseline. I'll be also running the data logger, the Solo 2 in this car, so I'll be able to actually look at the data and review it and see what changes I can do, where its strengths and weaknesses are, which I'll run you guys through that. But yeah, so I'm going to get myself ready. The first session's coming up very shortly, so we'll see how we go. Alrighty guys, first session, a little bit nervous. See how we go. How's it going?
Going, man. Nice fucking harness, matching.
I know, it's all matching. Got my short shifter.
Oh, you done the plastics? Fucking hell. Oh no, they're already red, aren't they?
Yeah, they were already red, yeah. Yeah, this is how I bought the car, with all the red. Oh fuck, I got my laptop in here. Can you wave down my dad?
Where is he?
He's just over there.
Do you want me to leave it in the pit booth until?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
That's the car, it's the dark.
Whoops, I had my laptop in here. Oh, remind myself to get that after. Alright. just a little bit pushy because of the lock diff on entry. So I might try raising the rear of the car just to sort of get rid of some of that droop, because there's not much droop in the rear. I could go up a little bit more and I might help it out just a little bit. Alrighty guys, just finished my first session. My dad's gonna go out to have a crack, but wow, that was really surprising. I didn't talk much because I think honestly I was just surprised. It was actually a lot better than I thought. I thought it'd be really understeery with the lock diff, but it wasn't that bad. It's a little bit, so I might raise the rear a little bit to see if that helps a little. But wow, that was actually really, really good. It was a really good handling car, so very pleasantly surprised. I also completely forgot to mention, but the car did a 25.2. That's actually pretty quick around Mallala. Like the CE Lancer that you saw that I did the couple weeks ago, that did a 32, and so yeah, that's a lot quicker, about 170 down the back straight, which was equivalent to my race 86, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it was so much fun. Alrighty guys, just finished up the second one. Yeah, pretty good. We filled the car full to the tank because when my dad went out, it started fuel surging. We only probably had about 10 litres left in the tank, so it was pretty low. But yeah, it went really well. Again, we had to bleed the brakes in between because I was so rushed last night that I forgot to do it. And yeah, there's just some old fluid in there. So my dad had a fair bit of brake fade towards the end of his run, but still a little bit understeery. I didn't get to do that ride height change, so I might try and do it when my dad comes back in. Alrighty, so just finished that session, and the change on the front actually was a lot better. It just kind of like jacked up the rear just a little bit more, which is what I needed on the entry. It just turned in that little bit better. And I was so close to a 24.8 or 24.9. Even though I didn't get the lap time to show, I still got a 25.4. But yeah, it was definitely a lot better having the front lower. It did make it a little bit more pushy on the exit, I found, because usually a higher roll center does give you a little bit more overall grip, but it's a little bit different in this instance because we've got that lock diff and we really need to jack up that inside rear tire to get it to rotate properly. Yeah, I was gonna lower the rear, but I decided against it. I decided to change the front instead. Sorry, that might be a little bit confusing, but yeah, I decided to change the front instead. I lowered it 10 millimeters, and yeah, that was a lot better. What I could do is I could raise the rear a little bit as well, just to basically eliminate a little bit more droop. But other than that, it's going really good. The car's holding up really well, and the suspension as well is really good. Like, you know, I'm being very picky, like I'm trying to just fine tune the car, but there's no real big problems. Like, you know, the only thing to get around is the lock diff, because it just wants to make it understeer in the entry because it just wants to keep pushing the car forwards. But other than that, it's really good. It's really set up. It's not too stiff, the spring rates. It's not too soft. We do have a couple leaks on the floor though, as you can see. We've got a little bit of oil from the diff and then a little bit of power steering fluid, but it's not too bad. Like, it could be worse. Yeah, I can't really complain. It's doing everything I want. Alrighty guys, so just finished up that session and holy shit, a 1 minute 23.99. That is actually really fast in a BA Falcon. That's like, wow, that's actually incredible. I can't believe the car pulled that sort of time. Now obviously, you know, I'm driving it really hard, and basically in that session I did a quali sim. I did 2 laps. I think the first one was a 24.4, and then I pushed a little bit harder and got a 23.99 out of it, which is pretty insane. Like, I think that's the most I could get out of it though. I thought I'd only scrape in the 24s, but I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that number. That's, yeah, insane. So, man, the car is actually really quick. Like, for a BA Falcon that weighs, with a full tank, because we're pretty much a full tank at the moment, 1,700 kilos, that is really good. That is really quick. So, I'm really happy. I did make a minor change. I stiffened the dampeners in the rear by 5 clicks. Because I've got the BC Racing DS series coilovers, I can actually change the dampening and rebound on them. It's just a one adjuster. It's not separate rebound and compression, but So you've got 30 clicks of adjustment. So for a baseline, I just set them at 15, so just half. In the rear, I went stiffer by 5 clicks. So I'm basically 10 off full stiff. And that definitely helped. This just kind of made the car rotate a little bit better on the entries. And it actually dug a little bit better and drove out the corner better. So I'm really happy with that. That's probably the most I'll get out the car. So I think I'll just, you know, call it off, let my dad have some fun. It's great fun. I can't express it enough. It's so fun for how cheap that car is and for how shitty it looks. It's really fun. I have no words. I can't complain at all. It's so much fun. So unfortunately at the end of the day, we blew up the clutch. My dad went out for his last session and all of a sudden the clutch disc just exploded out of nowhere, which was a bit of a shame, but we knew it was going to be a risk because we didn't have any time to put in a good clutch and we're just using a stock standard clutch, and I knew it was going to be a bit of a risk, and yeah, it just exploded, I guess, under all the stress and heat. But the clutch that I wanted to put into this car has arrived now, so I will be putting a better clutch into this thing, which will be good. Definitely needs it, especially after now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for not uploading for quite a while. It's been very busy for the last couple of months, but I hope to keep uploading every Friday. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you on the next one.